piss poor parenting has caused the situations that we got right now with gun issues, mental issues, just issues in general for people, and all because you were a piss poor ass parent. And like I said, parenting, nobody's a perfect parent. There are no perfect parents because there's no perfect people.
Okay.
But you at least got to try to be human. Try to show your kid the same love you show a dog. And that's pretty. I'm going there. Damn it. People will treat their damn dogs better than they treat their damn kids. I've seen it. They'll take their dogs to the vet. They'll go ahead and do stuff with the dog and everything. Damn kid probably went to the damn dentist in about 30 years.
Wow.
Teeth them fell out and overlapping each other. And they're like, oh, he'll grow. He'll be all right. He'll take care of himself. But the dog gets his shots on time, gets groomed on time, gets checked on time.
That's not fair.
Hey,
according to my Facebook, I don't know these types of parents.
You see them every day.
No.
You see them every
Life
day.
on Facebook, they doing it in with their kids. They got it going. No.
That's the problem. They're living through Facebook. They're living through IG. They're living through all these other social media's bullshit rather than to raise their goddamn kids and be aware what's going on with their kids. For instance.
Awareness.
Okay. You cannot have, no kid can live with me and I not know they have a gun, not know that they're doing some crazy shit in the basement. And I'm like, well, I never knew he had a gun. I didn't know he's building bombs in the basement. What the hell are you talking about? How the hell you not know your kid's building bombs in the basement? How
you don't go in the basement. Maybe it's not even your basement. It's just for the kids.
Does that some of my bitch pay any rent to rent the basement? If his ass is under 18, he ain't paying shit.
It's a rental. At that point, it's a rental.
And if he rent, I'm still going downstairs to check what's going on.
Yeah, because you got to check up on that group.
Yeah, what the hell you doing?
They don't really get privacy because privacy is something that you earn. And if you didn't earn it, why are you getting it? Because crazy stuff like that does happen. Little things slip through the cracks that they think is okay. Think that things you do in darkness not going to come to light. So you do crazy stuff because you think you won't be found out.
Yes.
So that directly is poor parenting, the fact that you're not checking up on your kids properly. My mother was a snooper. I'm sorry. It's not a was. Is. Yes. Present tense. She comes to my home to this day.
Wow.
Please don't let her disappear. No, please. She's snooping. She gotta check me out. Whole grown, all the way grown, full blown family, all of our own. Yeah, yes. I looked up one day. My father and I was in the dining room. I said, "Where mommy go?" He said,
"No."
Yeah. She's informed. She's gonna be informed. Yeah. Yeah, she checking that she can stop. You can stop snooping around my house. At this point, I think you can stop at 37.
Yeah, I would think stop, mama. Yeah. She's good. She's good. So you're not using bail money. You're not bailing out of jail. She's good. So please leave her alone.
But she don't like surprises also. You know what I'm saying? So the very idea that I have a teenager in my home or a child at any age, my 6-year-old check inside her kitchen, right? Mm-hmm. Like the little child's kitchen.
Yeah.
There's food in it.
No.
Real food. In the microwave part.
Really?
And that microwave is not going to heat up this food. You got to check up on these children at all ages.
Yeah, this is
at all ages.
So yes, you have to. That's
and I have to clean up in places that they normally don't clean up, so that's our excuse. I have to get deep inside the closets. Yep. Yes, I have to clean the basement. What are you not cleaning your homes to where the kids can just get all these things over on you? That's a crazy concept.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where the hell the laziness came from. I'm just gonna say it's lazy. Because the other thing is, y'all hear, I don't have enough time I'm keeping a roof over your head, I'm keeping food in your mouth, and doing all this stuff. Okay, but you still have to know what the hell the kid's doing. Back in the day, these called latchy kids, where the parents work, the kids go in. Mm-hmm. But you knew when your ass got in that house, you know what you had to do? Do your homework. You got some food there fixed for you to eat while you're doing your homework.
Right.
And then you go outside and play. And I don't want you in the house doing nothing. And don't have anybody in the goddamn house. You be outside and playing with your friends outside, not inside.
Yes.
That's what outside is for.
Yeah.
But that means, okay, I'm going to stay outside and do what I need to do, but I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to bring him in the house because I have rules. You don't bring him in the house because you know if you broke the rules, then that means your ass going to get that key taken away from you, and you could be outside sitting in the car waiting until they get home.
Is that the alternative? That was rough. That's rough.
Yes, you will sit. If you bring some kid in your damn house when they told you don't bring them to the house, they will take the key from you for a week. And you sit in that damn car.
Oh, okay. So you just sit here.
You
just
sit, or you just go outside and sit in the car and do your homework, or sit outside and do your homework. Then your neighbor was like, "What are you doing outside?" Oh, I messed up. You're like, come on. Then they'll tell you, come bring your ass on over here.
A little pity.
Little pity. So then you can be in that house, they'll feed you a little apple, a little something, but you do your homework. And then right before it's time for your parents to come home, they throw your ass outside. So you be outside looking all pitiful. You not realize you at somebody's house, got your, ate your little something, had your little thing, and then did your homework. But, it's that discipline that's missing. I mean, you can't just put a kid out there just to do what you got to do, and then when he does something bad, I can't believe he did it bad. Not my kid.
So you're saying we're not teaching the children?
Not at all.
Just expectations of what you used to do?
Exactly, because
I forgot someone taught you.
We were always taught. Like, you didn't act a fool when you got out there in public. They tell you, do not act a fool.
Yes.
You want something, you ask me for it. If you ask me for it, I think you get it, you'll get it. If not, shut the hell up, and we'll wait later on. Nowadays, I see kids going to have full attacks on the floor, just crying, Mama, I need this. I'm thinking to myself, like, if I was me, I'd be unconscious. They would just knock my ass
knocked
out,
all the way out
cold, drag me like a caveman out to the car and throw me in the back seat. And I may wake up at some point in my sweat on my days. I'll wake up and see what happened. They say, you lost your damn mind in the store.
That's what happened. Yeah.
These kids now, no fear. Do any cuss. I saw a little kid cuss their mama out. I mean, not just, oh, no, mama, damn. No, I mean, nah, B. I said, wait. This kid is, look like about 5, 6 years old, calling his mama a B.
Where were you at?
I was in Target. I looked at
you was
at her.
At Walmart. Stop,
I wish the hell I was.
Stop telling them lies.
Okay. This don't happen at Target. It sure did. Little boy laid in the ground. Nah, mama, get off me, bitch. Get off me. She looking at me. I look at her. My mom was on my, what the hell? And she's like, come on, you making me look bad out here. No. You look bad when that boy lay on the floor right there. You didn't knock him out. He was laid on the floor. They didn't call you a B. You way past the shame. Because that started at home. Yeah. Because he didn't just do that there.
So you see the poor parenting right in the middle of Target.
You see the damn poor parenting right then and there. But she kept thinking, well, he can act like this in the house, but he can't act like this in public. He does.
He acts like this is who he is. This is what you've created.
You allowed it to happen, and now it's just like time out and all that bull. No. Give these kids rules in the beginning. They don't have to worry about breaking them. But you like, oh, they're little, let them be who they are and blah, blah, blah. No, you gotta show them the certain things you're just not going to accept. And
give them structure at all times.
When they're little, don't wait till they're 13, 14, talk about, I'm going to go now, I'm going to get them situated. They're going to follow my rules. No, they're 13 years old. You wait too long. Now they're almost adults.
That's true. We see that too often.
And now you're like, oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have done it. And now you're like, I'm going to monitor what he's doing. You should have been monitoring it all along. Because you don't know what the hell he's doing by this point.
Let's talk about the cell phone monitoring. How much cell phone monitoring is too much cell phone monitoring?
For me,
let's start. What age are we giving kids cell phones nowadays?
To be honest, a kid shouldn't have a cell phone until, to me, 10.
10? Okay.
Yep. Because anything younger than that, it's going to go a long way of going against what you're going to say to them. And what I mean is, when you had a cell phone, you said, well, don't go on the internet. What you think kids are going to do? Go on the internet. And they're not going to just search for little things like, Dora the Explorer or Barney or anything like that. They're going to start to see other things. They're going to type in Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, because they hear it.
Okay.
Because, again, that goes back to parents and not really monitoring what their kids listen to, too. So now you got your kids listening to crazy stuff. and then wondering why the kids run around talking about
Anything that's on TikTok, they can listen.
yes, talking about
Bad.
I'm bougie and all that.
Oh, bad
And
energy.
they don't know nothing about that
They're
bullshit.
6.
But they're 6 years old. You have to talk about WAP. Come on now.
You had to go there.
Come on now. This piss poor ass parenting we talking about. You have to monitor your kids. You kids, they soak up everything. You can't allow them to sit down and listen to that BS and then think that that's not going to affect them. Of course it is. It's going to affect what they think, how they think, what they do, how they dress, because now their friends are doing it. So, they don't want to be the outsider. So they're going to have to learn all that stuff too. So, no, you should not have a damn phone before 10.
Okay.
If you do give them a phone, it don't do anything but have little games on it that can't download anything from the internet.
Yeah.
Then at least you can control that.
Yeah.
But you got to be aware of what's going on.
Yeah, no, you can control everything on the cell phone nowadays. My daughter has an iPhone 12.
Wow.
He judged me right there in that moment. I got judged. Yes, Zaria
I'm like,
has an iPhone 12.
Does it connect to the internet?
It does. It's a regular working cell phone. It's very restricted.
Okay.
Only because my phone kind of doubles as a work situation, so I don't want to give her my device at all. Because generally you would pass them the, mom's device.
True.
But,
True.
I don't want to give her my device at all. So she has her own device, which was my old device, naturally.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's very restricted.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's interesting. What did she do on the phone exactly?
She has no purpose for the phone because she is sick.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, she doesn't charge it or keep up with it, but she does like to use it for YouTube in the house.
Oh, okay.
I guess, yeah. If she can find it.
Okay. Okay.
It is a bit early for a phone.
Yeah, but see, you monitor it. You don't give a kid. See, what I see is people give kids phones and stuff like that to kill time. So you can get out their damn face. Yes, just like, here you go.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the kid quiet. They're shutting the hell up. So, okay, good. They're out my
Yeah.
face. I can go have my time.
Yeah.
Well, when you become a parent, your time really isn't all your time anymore.
Never.
So for you to say, I'm going to give her this phone so she can shut the hell up, or him or her can shut the hell up, it's a bad precedent you're setting. Because then they'll start looking at others. So you put them in front of TVs. Go look at TV. That way I ain't got to deal with you. But now you don't know what they're looking at. You're not looking at Leave It to Beaver. You're not looking at Good Times. You're not looking at that kind of stuff. You're looking at the Basketball Wives or the.
Or you don't know because they're going on YouTube.
Yeah, you don't know because
you've not actually seen the content that you're directing your children to.
No.
Like I can restrict certain types of content, but can I say that I'm not exposing my daughter to foolishness? I don't watch those YouTube shows, with her before they air, so to speak. They're not old rerun episodes of stuff that I used to watch that, we used to tell the kids go down, sit down and watch Nickelodeon. It's all reruns of stuff that you've already seen, so you already know the programming.
Exactly.
You don't know. And a lot of it is, silly stuff that they're kind of watching because that's the age group with it. But yeah, it is. The program is definitely different.
It's quite different. And actually, to me, a lot of this programming is too old for the intended audience. It's like a lot of things, like for instance, a lot of these cartoons, new cartoons, a lot of these young ladies have makeup. They dress a certain way. And to me, it's like, okay, if you're a teenager, that's understandable because you're going through that. But why would a 6, 7-year-old have to see that?
I think we always market or see the things marketed like to the younger group because they look up to that group. I think I'm okay with that. Because again, I'm a certain type of parent also.
Exactly. So you monitor. You're right.
Yes,
You monitor. You don't just sit around. Just you kind of hover. It's not like you go out there and fend for yourself. Like you throw a bone out there. Y'all fight for it. And whoever wins,
you're not
wins.
at your girlfriend's house hanging out, getting to do whatever you want to do.
Well, see,
I don't.
Here's the other thing. Do you let your kids go to just anybody's house?
I don't even know what any old body house mean. Like my kids
If
go
they're
to specific two homes.
okay,
They mom's home and their
okay,
dad's mom's home.
okay.
Um,
So you don't let them go to their friend's house, so to speak, for stayovers or sleepovers and stuff like that.
after the age of 12,
Mm-hmm.
my children can spend the night out if you have a rapport with the family that we've established a relationship with the family.
Okay,
Yes,
so you,
and that means several birthday parties over the
okay,
years where mom and dad have we've both shown up, we've both met each other, we understand the dynamic in the household. We feel okay, and we feel okay with the communication level of our children and the conversation pieces that we have with them.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're not worried about where they live or just who they are.
I'm concerned about everything. So, I'm concerned about where you live. I'm concerned about who you live with. I'm concerned about who all you allow inside of your home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned about who's spending a night that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm coming over.
Yes.
I don't want to say I'm doing a walkthrough through your home, but I
Mm-hmm.
would like a tour of your home.
Mm-hmm.
I would. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for your hospitality. Yeah.
Yes.
And if for some reason you don't feel like that's appropriate, that's fine. I'll be back in a few hours to pick my son up tonight.
There
I'm
you
okay
go.
with that. It had just so happened that my son wanted to spend a night out one year, and dad is always anti spending the night out. He's
Mm-hmm.
just one of those types of people who is
Mm-hmm.
just, he's just very anti. Like, I ain't never spend the night at nobody house. While my kid need to
Yep.
spend. I provide a proper home for this
There
boy.
you
You
go.
don't need to spend the night out
Oh.
anywhere. But that is how people want to hang out and they want to spend the night out, so to speak. But the reality certainly hit when 2 weeks later he got hit for jury duty, and the case was a situation where a dad was touching a child's
Get the hell
his
out of here.
daughter's friend. Now he ended up being dismissed from the case,
Uh-huh.
but it's very real the issues that can occur when you allow your children just to kind of go outside of your protective spaces.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And that's why you have to have that conversation with your kids. See, the other
Yeah.
thing is knowing that your kid is going to be interacting with other people's homes.
Mhm.
Again, we don't know how they live. We know they show up every day to school. We don't know their parents, or we don't know if
Right.
they're drug addicts, pervs, or whatever.
Right.
But that's a conversation that parents need to have with their kids about natural things that shouldn't be touched and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't want to have that conversation. Growing up, we ain't never talk about bad touch or good touch. Just tell you, be careful, watch out for yourself. You don't know what the hell that mean, though.
Nah, my mother didn't play any games. I think I was preached to from the age of. I was always the girl that men looked at crazy, and my mother was like, "Y'all got me messed up." So I probably knew what a perv was at my daughter's age, 6 or 7.
Oh yeah, you know they
There's
are.
always a man trying to lean in to kiss the little girl on her cheek. Mother, you don't get back. I mean, my mother to me
No.
is a pit bull. Like, yeah, back up off my daughter. So now that
Wow.
conversation to me starts very, very early on, especially when raising females,
Yes.
because there's
Yes.
a grooming process to it.
Yes. Yes. It really truly is.
But
And-
it can kind of be nipped in the bud with just a conversation piece. So the very idea that you're saying people don't want to have that conversation,
But you have to now.
why not?
You have to now. Before it's always been bad. It's always been that taboo subject. But you know what's happening. You got people in your family who are pervs, or they tell you don't stay away from such and such. What the hell does that mean? When you're little, you don't know. But then as you get older, oh damn, he's a perv. He touching people.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're like, what? That's the best y'all could tell. Don't go around him. Don't make sure he ain't in his vicinity. They ain't protecting me.
I had a situation at the kids' school, and the principal called me up, and he said, "Hey, I just wanted to call you because your son. This is the middle child, and he probably is about 7 or 8 at the time.
Hmm.
He said, a young girl touched his privates on the school bus, and
Oh Lord.
I was like, that's." Oh Lord! But in my mind, if I was sitting on the school bus at 7 or 8 and somebody touched somebody's privates, how did the adult know, right?
Yeah.
So, and this was he was such a great principal, easy going, very easy to speak to.
Hmm.
So I said to him, "So I don't want to be. I mean, it's a concern, and thank you for calling me and all that good stuff. But I gotta get a little deeper on this one.
Hmm.
How do you know? How did you know? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
did Zayden come to you and say, 'Excuse me, Mr. Principal, the
She.
girl touched my,' 'cause I just couldn't see my son doing that. He is
Yeah.
a very soft-spoken person, especially at that age. I just couldn't see that happening. That to
Wow.
me is disturbing." And so he said that the little girl, Zayden must have said, "I'm telling on you, don't touch me like that." And he didn't tell on her, but he had made the girl angry,
Hmm.
right? And so she was crying. And so she had came in the building in tears, and he said, I stopped her when she came in, and I, asked her, well, what was the problem? And between the two of them, somebody said, what was the problem? And I said, well, why were they so okay with having this conversation with you? Like, why was she sad that like, how did she know this wasn't okay? Why you
Yeah.
like, I didn't understand the dynamic. Why was it just so easily handled, in my opinion?
Yeah.
He
That.
said, oh, I guarantee you, I have this conversation all the times with my students. Oh, we just had an assembly having this conversation where you don't touch people at. Proper touching and all that good stuff. And I
Wow.
said, sir,
Wow.
oh, you did that. So to have that conversation and to think the kids are not listening, oh, they know what's appropriate.
They,
All you got to do is tell them.
that is true, unless that particular kid is going through some things at the house. So there's certain behaviors that just don't happen.
A little girl touching a little boy's private area.
No.
Where is your mother at?
Where's your mama at?
Because we need to talk about what's going on in the house. But yeah, but it was so. I said, sir, what is going on in your classroom inside your building where everybody's
Wow.
okay to talk to you? It was, to me, stuff like that's going to happen. They're kids.
They're kids.
But how we handle it and
Mm-hmm.
go forward, that's what defines us as the parents, and whether or not we're exhibiting what we're gonna reference as poor parents and or not.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I guess people are using the technology of today. Well, what I'm hearing is a lot of people saying, you know what, I'm busy, I'm tired, and the kid always asks me a bunch of questions. I don't have the energy or level, blah, 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 blah. To me, that's a cop out. Because as a parent, yeah, you're going to be tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be whatever. But damn it, it's your kid.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be aware of what's going on with your kid. Because if you don't pay attention to them at 6 or 7,
Mm-hmm.
they become 13, 14. And then they want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you didn't talk to them when they were little. See, that's what a
Yes.
lot of people fail to realize. If you don't talk to your kids as little, then they won't talk to you when you get older. You're going to say, why? You didn't talk to me before. And so now I need to know. And now they become more sneakier. Because now you never was involved. They're going to be hanging with their friends, and their friends get them into some situations that, they shouldn't be getting into. But they're like, hey, you know what? Hey, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
And then it happens.
So I use the time in the cars to talk to the kids. Like, turn
Mm-hmm.
off that music. They
Yep.
always got music in their ears.
Yep.
They're always
Yes.
listening to music. Nowadays, I guess I feel like it's in this era. This I find myself having more conversations in the car than ever
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Girlfriend conversations with mom, and conversations with the kids are literally happening in the car. Just turn off the music. And
Mm-hmm.
it's for the kids. It wasn't me who turned off the music. It was my oldest son. 'Cause he's such a talker.
Mm-hmm.
He turns that music off, and we can talk the whole car ride. And our car rides can be an hour, hour and a half, or
Wow.
sometimes because of his little sport.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we just talked, and I realized that, wow, this little boy is still talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so his little brother's not necessarily like that.
Mm-hmm.
But since I realized that that oldest brother has created that space, I'm mindful to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now I'm
Yes.
mindful to keep that music off and talk to that other one as he's coming up.
Yep.
Because, like you said, how do you just start a relationship or start doing something that we're not used to doing?
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a fact. I mean, I talked to my son. My son's a grown man now, but and even now we still talk. We talk. We can talk about one conversation, and it rears off to an hour later. We still talk about something. But that was when he was little. We was in the car, and we would talk when he leave school.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to school, he'd be talking, and I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my god, what the hell's going on in his mind between the time he got up from sleep and going to school? But he will talk, and I will listen. And
Yes.
what he says is like, oh, he really saying things. He's not
Mm-hmm.
just saying anything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's important because when he talk to you at that age, he'll continue to talk to you.
Yep.
And when things happen, he'll tell you because again, he feels comfortable talk. Your
Mm-hmm.
kids have to be comfortable coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you make your kids uncomfortable
Yes.
coming to you,
Yes.
they will not come to you.
Yeah.
If you run your kids away, and
Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that is that you don't talk to them, you don't really deal with them, you're not really, vested in them.
Mm-hmm. It's not genuine. What you doing is not genuine.
It's
If
bullshit.
you don't enjoy your child, and
Yes.
you have to enjoy them on their level. So a lot of stuff that you'll find your child saying at 6 or 7, perhaps you'll be impressed by them at those ages, but by the time they get to about 13 or 14, the
Mm-hmm.
stuff they say is like, is this really my child? Oh
Yes.
my, am I? Hold on. I gotta put a little more hands. I gotta put a little more work on you
Yep.
because some of the stuff that you say at that age, but I still
Mm-hmm.
enjoy you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't treat them a certain type of way as if you don't understand the age that you're working with, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you have to genuinely like recall who you were at that age, and they don't have to be who you was because some of us were great
Yes.
when we were youngins, and the kids just are not who we were when
Nope.
they were young, and some of us were mediocre at those ages, and our kids are great at those ages.
Exactly.
But you still should genuinely enjoy the person who you are responsible for
You
grooming.
have to
Mm-hmm.
because one thing they do grow up and
Yes.
understand this. If you don't take care of them when they're little and don't have
Mm-hmm.
a relationship with them when they're little,
Mm-hmm.
when they grow up, you can forget it
Mm-hmm.
because the moment their asses get out, get out, graduate from high school or go to college, it's a wrap.
Yes.
If they didn't like you, they damn sure gonna talk to you when they
Yeah.
get out of high school. They're gonna bounce and go to college, and you
Yep.
may or may not hear from them
Yep.
because again, they're like, what kind of relationship we got? We ain't
Mm-hmm.
got none. Because again, when I was home, you never talked to me.
Mm-hmm.
So now, since I'm going to school and you feeling a certain way, well, we should have a relationship. Okay, like this, you had your opportunity.
Yeah.
Now I'm building my stuff and moving forward. Now you feel a certain way.
See, but what you're saying is that you building your stuff, right?
Yep.
Meaning, I, I perhaps might feel a little empty, like you didn't teach me nothing.
Yeah.
You raised me, but you didn't feel me to like. I feel like, oh yeah, I remember when Dad taught me this, or when Mom taught me that. What about the tools that we say you get along the way to fill up
Yes.
that case? If your
Yes.
tool case is empty by the time you graduate high school, you do feel a certain type of way.
And you should because
I,
you feel robbed.
I tell my son every morning when he gets out of the car to make good choices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching you
Mm-hmm.
to be mindful
Mm-hmm.
that you have a choice to make every day. It's your
Yes.
choice to make. You choose it because you're going to have to sit and live with the consequences
You
of
most
it.
certainly will. Yes.
So when my son leaves out of my home, he can at least, if I didn't teach that boy how to tie a shoe, if I didn't teach him how to cook an egg, if I didn't teach him how to make up a bed, he
Mm-hmm.
does recall that I taught him about the choices that he makes.
Mm-hmm.
You have to teach your children something
Yes.
that
Yes.
they're going to be able to walk away from.
That is very true. And like, for example, do you know how many young men don't know how to tie a tie? My son had to help one of his friends how to teach him how to tie a tie. Sad because he should have known how to tie a tie. Because I taught him, my son, how to tie a tie.
Yeah.
And he, which is, I'm just gonna say good damn parenting on my part. Let me pat myself on the back.
Yeah, do it.
Is thank you. He taught other people how to do it. He didn't just say, "Oh man, you dumb. You don't know how to tie a tie. Where your daddy at?"
Absolutely.
He didn't say that. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna help you tie your tie." And now that kid now knows how to tie a tie. He can tell other people.
Yep.
And that's what it's about. It's about if you know better, you do better. And you
Each
try
one
to teach
teach
people.
one. That's right.
Exactly.
That's
and that's
right.
part of the parenting part of it. The parenting part is it's not you're not gonna get a parent of the year card every week because you're a good parent. Just be a goddamn good parent. Like Father's Day, Mother's Day. Everybody, I can't wait to Father's Day. Father's Day is every single goddamn day.
It is.
Let me look at the camera when I say this. Father's Day is every single day of your life, not just that one day of the year. Because a lot of people who are lousy fathers I know of, they can't look. They're looking forward to Father's Day. God damn it, one of my kid gonna give me this. Negro person, broham, you lucky he don't slap you because you ain't do nothing for him.
Yeah.
But you looking for something. Him, he need to give me something. No, it's up to you as a parent to lay all that you know knowledge wise into this kid to make sure that he lives and thrives in this world.
Truly, Father's Day is every day. Mother's Day is every day.
Yes.
That the mother and father feel honored and what their child is doing. Your mother doesn't need flowers. Your
No.
father doesn't need a fancy cookout. He
Nope.
don't need no fishing trip. He needs
Nope.
to know that you are able to function independently on your own as an adult. And if something happens and he needs to call on you,
You're there.
you're there. And
Good
he needs for
God.
you to also know if something happens to you, he's there for you too.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't think that way. They do not think that way. They keep thinking somehow the kids owe them something. The kids don't owe you a damn thing. Let me go back. Again, to everybody, your kids don't owe you shit. You bought them here. Your job is to take care of them. Whatever that takes, that means take care of them. I had to emphasize that because sometimes people think that, oh, they owe me. And they don't owe you
Some
shit.
people think that it's okay to, I hate to say, be a burden to their children, as if they're children. Like, now it's my turn. You took care of me. I took care of you. Now it's your turn to take care of me.
Yes.
But I could never take care of you the way that you took care of me. That's actually not my job. I pay this thing forward.
Yes. Yes.
Now, when you're unable to take care of yourself, trust and believe I should be able to rise to the occasion because you set me up for that.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You didn't just toss me out and then expect for me to come back around 20, 30 years later to wipe your tail and think that I'm going to do it right and with integrity and all that stuff. You took care of me and you showed me a way and a lifestyle to where I'm okay to take care of my mother in her elder years without it feeling burdensome.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people don't. They're so apt to looking at what's in front of them. They don't see the long range plan. The long range plan is we are going to get old.
Absolutely.
If we don't take care, even I'm just going to say, if we took care of ourselves, things happen. Disease happen, accidents happen, shit happens.
Yeah, time happens.
Time happens.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a point. Do I want to be a burden on my kid? Hell to the no. In fact, I'd go out my way, do whatever I need to do to stay as healthy and as possible because I know I don't want to be a burden because I don't want to influence his life moving forward. I want to be like, oh, you're not going to go home and do this for daddy.
And then you be mindful who was a burden to you.
Touche. Yeah.
You know, who was a burden to you?
Yeah.
And if you didn't feel that burden and you feel like it's okay to put that burden off on the next generation, you're missing a few. You're out of order.
Yep.
It's Malcolm. It's poor parenting.
Yes. It's piss poor ass parenting. And we go back to that over and over again. It's piss poor ass parenting.
Yeah.
And there's not enough books on God's green earth for you to read.
Because this is not a reading thing. This is a choice thing.
It's
You're
a
making
choice
poor
thing.
choices.
Piss poor ass choices. And again, as a parent, if you don't get up every day and say, "Damn, I'm doing enough to make sure my kids are good," then you're a lousy parent.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna come out and say it because I do it. I do it every day. Even my kids grown, I do it every day. So, was I a good enough father to make sure that I showed him the way of how he should live his life?
Yeah.
Because it's not about what you do, it's how you do it. It's not about talking. Oh, son, I'm a good dad. My son has never heard me say that about myself. I'm a good dad.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about making sure that his wants and needs are taken care of.
Absolutely.
And I'm making sure that I'm in a position where I can always be there to help him no matter what. Like I said, people, they give you're 18 years old, you're on your own. That's a goddamn. First of all, you ain't never on your 18. You can't be on. They push you out of 18, but you're not really ready for it. But you're just forced to be put out there.
Ran into a woman of a different culture.
Oh, interesting, I bet.
And she and I was talking, and she said to me, she said, "Oh, how old is your son?" And I said, "Oh, he's 15." And her voice came down a little bit. She said, "Yeah, keep him at home as long as he can. Y'all kick y'all sons out too early."
Oh no, she went there. Oh, yes, and that's a true damn fact.
She said, "Y'all kick your sons out too early." Too early. I said, yes. And it's just like, I had to sit in that.
Yes.
I had to sit in that because I think I'm of the generation who thought that if you dated a guy who still, quote unquote, lives at home with his mother, like that's an issue. Right? That whole, the girls from the 90s.
Yes. Yes. What kind of bum?
I'm not dating no boy. Huh? Yeah, scrubs. Yeah, because that would turn him into a scrub.
Yes.
Because, like, I'm.
What?
You are not living at home with your mother and getting my number and calling me and you trying to take me out to eat?
With
no.
What? You ride with him.
Yeah, technically he would have been a scrub, right?
Yes, you would have been.
But technically I'm just a fool.
Well, because society back then dictated that you should be out of your house if a fully functioning human being at 18. So you can be out there and do what you got to do and be able to take care of yourself and do all that.
And what is that? Technically, that sets us up for the rat race.
It always does. Because no one's never ready at 18.
No, you shouldn't be.
No,
because
it doesn't
first of all,
you're still trying to learn who you are. Because again, we go back to if your parents never taught you how to be self-sufficient or how to think for yourself.
You didn't even have the basic training.
Yeah, basic training. So now at 18, get your ass out. You're on your own. Now that kid sitting there, you're like, okay, first of all, you didn't give me the necessary data in order to make certain decisions.
Yep.
You babied me the whole damn time.
Yep.
Now since I walk off the stage, you got a little damn degree. Here you go. You're on your own.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Where the hell am I gonna go?
Where am I going now? And what am I doing?
What am I doing?
What's the purpose? And when am I finished doing what I'm doing?
You don't know.
You just don't have a clue. You just out there.
Ass out. And now you're out there with your other friends who are ass out.
Yep.
They're all, so now y'all
the
got a little
blind's
group
leading
together.
the blind.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody blind. Ain't nobody understands shit. But you're out there trying to find whatever your purpose is. And that's the problem. People back in the day used to always say you're good to go. You should be ready to be out there on your own. And what happens? You basically spend the next, I'm going to say 15 years, roughly, just trying to get yourself some legs under you. You got baby legs. And then you work a job, but the job ain't really, you're working it because you got to survive.
That's deep. 15 years.
Yes.
Think about it.
Because again, you go out there with no skills, so
Yeah.
you're going to do mediocre jobs.
Yep.
And if you do mediocre jobs and don't go to get some sort of training, you're stuck there.
Yep.
So now you mess around. You got to find a little place to live. You may get some roommates because you can't afford it on your own. You got to have a little girlfriend. You got to have some money. So now you like anything I really want to do, I can't do because I got bills. I got responsibilities.
Yep.
Now you're resentful because it's like, damn.
I never got a chance to do what I really wanted to do because now I got real life to deal with.
And your parents say, so how's it going? And you want to tell them, y'all motherfuckers threw me out here on my ass, and then you gonna ask me how the hell I'm doing? I'm struggling
Just
like a
threw me
motherfucker.
out. just threw
you
me
threw me
out.
out. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how I'm doing? I'm fucked up. That's what mom and dad, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
We did the best we can. No, you didn't.
Uh-huh.
You did what happened to you. You got thrown out at whatever age. So now it was good for me. That's good for them. But you don't realize what's going on in their age group at 18. 18, these poor kids can't find a job to be self-supportive. Can't find a job.
You used
And
to
then
get
you
a
want
regular job and get a regular apartment, and you could afford life.
and you can't. And
Can't.
if you stay with you, parents, I'm gonna say this again, parents, if you're trying to help your kids and you say, you know what, you gotta pay me rent, take the money and save the money. You don't really need the money. Take the money that you collected from them for quote unquote rent, put it aside. And then they keep thinking, well, it's just, okay, I'm helping along the way. But in 2-3 years, if they, once they do what they do or they went to school, whatever, you take that money out and say, here's some money to get a house or whatever. Use it to help them to get to the next level, as some sort of foundation to get them to the next level. Because again, you don't really need the money.
But you're talking to somebody who's financially responsible.
So how many financially irresponsible parents do we got?
Because that'd be half the battle on why your child is, you told him to get out at this age because you didn't know you couldn't take them any further, in other words.
And what if you had more kids? You got 3 or 4 of them.
Some more coming through the roads. You're not, you needed that rent money.
That's true.
Call it what it is.
And that goes back to parents back in the day used to mess the kids' credit up. Kids had damn cars in their name at age 13. They had rent. They had all kinds of stuff.
Is stuff like that able to happen nowadays? Can we still put Comcast in the kids' names?
I'm not sure. I hope to God not, because I know so many people. They couldn't get college loans because they had all kinds of debt on their on their credits. Because
but if their mother didn't do that, y'all wouldn't have had TV. So,
well, who told their mom to go around and put the? Okay, I'm out. I'm gonna go there. Who told mom to fuck her credit up so bad that she got to use her kids' credit? And then here's the thing: it's the kids' credit, but then you fuck their credit up. It's one thing you mess your credit. At least you can say, you know what, my kid was well, not that he knew. Oh, I used their credit. I should at least pay the bill on time, so at least they got good credit. But then you fuck their credit up, then use the next kid's credit.
Because generally, people who have poor credit make poor choices.
Constantly.
It's a reason why people with poor credit have poor credit.
Yes, it is. And then they spread the buck to the kids. Then
they want to repair it quick. Like, I'm gonna just repair my credit real quick.
But your habit is still there.
And it's a person who does it. How does someone? I'm going off topic, but I love it.
But it's all piss poor ass parenting. Because piss poor ass parents don't ruin their kids' credit.
Yeah, you teach them financial literacy, which means that you yourself need to learn. So if you feel like you are raising children and you don't understand your money and how to deal with it and make poor choices financially, at some point you need to stop, slow down, and you need to try something different.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate and it's sad. I mean, and so obviously if that person has piss poor ass credit, not really teaching good habits to the kid.
Yes.
So then the kid goes out there in the world that using them, toss them out there, and they think the same thing. Well, first of all, they're gonna realize their credit is messed up. When they go out there and start getting things, they're gonna say, "Wait a minute, whoa! How I get credit cards in my name? Hey, I was only 5 years old when I got this credit card. What?
Oh, I got this debt already.
Yeah. Already messed up.
Yes.
So now you don't put this child in a situation that they can't even get an apartment because you done messed their credit up. So now they gotta go. He said, well, we can't put you in this nice place. We got to put you here because your credit's jacked up. Now your kid's in the hood. And it's like, I'm trying to just get ahead. Mama done put me in the hood. Then mama mad, like, why you living in this place? Mama, if you didn't make my credit 2, not 200, 2, my credit was a 2, I could probably live some other better place than live in this damn box right here that I can live in because you messed my damn credit up. Now she on her feelings. I had to survive. Wait, you had that TV? Bitch, I ain't want no goddamn TV. I just want to be able to just come home, eat some goddamn food, and enjoy myself. But you had to go around and mess me up. Piss poor ass parenting.
Yeah, because you have to make those hard choices and decisions when it comes down to it. You want this for today, or you want to be okay for tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's parenting. And sometimes you have to sit when your child is uncomfortable, and you have to be comfortable with your child being uncomfortable,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Because yes, you want everything in the toy aisle from the local Target,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not getting it. And I'm comfortable with you being uncomfortable with not getting the whole darn toy aisle from the local,
Yep. Or
Target.
the old Toys R
Yeah,
Us and
I
all
mean,
that.
come on.
Yes.
You're okay with it like that, but in certain scenarios, all of a sudden you feel a certain type of way, like you feel like you're slighting your child because they can't go out to eat every day after school. They got to come in the house and cook after school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, 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 we have to cook because if
Yeah.
not, we're throwing off the budget.
We
Yeah,
have a budget
yeah.
because you want to go to that nice school, you like the nice shoes, you like that
Mhm,
nice clothes.
mhm.
That means there's money behind that.
Yeah, but
And
then now your kid face balled up. Now they uncomfortable, and now you folding because your kid is not. No, I'm very comfortable when you're uncomfortable.
there you go.
Guarantee you, your shoes fit, your clothes fit,
Uh,
your home is very comfortable. Oh, you comfortable?
Food in the refrigerator?
You
Yes.
good?
Yes, you are definitely good to go. And then what happens is if you can't give the kids something at some point, the kid said, I'm gonna get it myself.
Oh yes, I love it. I love it.
They say, I'm gonna go, if I
Oh
can't, mama
yeah,
and daddy can't do it, I'm gonna go get
I'm
it.
gonna go get it. That's how you create a go getter.
But they see you working hard. That's the
Oh
other thing. You
yeah.
can't be BSing and thinking the kid, don't do what I do, do what I say. I'm gonna look at what you're doing. Mama, you ain't doing nothing. Daddy ain't doing nothing if he's there. So what am I supposed to learn? If I sit around and bitch and complain enough that somehow maybe somebody will buy this or do something for me? No. The kid has to learn the hard way. In the world today, nobody gives a damn about you.
Yeah.
Only your parents. And the kids found a hard that's just been hard because it's like, hey, I can go to mama and dad and they give me everything. In the world, nobody gonna give me nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, they're gonna give you hard knocks.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna give you. They're gonna give you the world, the school of hard goddamn knocks, and you're gonna pay for it. Like I said, every young lady goes out there. I'm gonna live off my pretty.
That
Yeah.
run out too.
Oh, it does run out.
Oh yeah.
And when it runs out, it's not a pretty sight because normally you do that early and you start to ride that to a point. At some point, you'll get to a point where it's like, oh shit, I think I done reached my tipping point. 'Cause I look good. I gave up all the goodies. And now maybe I got a couple kids and everything. Now
It's hard to move the way you used to move and groove around.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, and
Absolutely.
that is again piss poor ass parenting. And no one's saying that you're gonna be a perfect parent. Nobody's perfect, but at least put yourself in a situation that I want my kid. You should say, I want my kid to experience things that I never experienced when it came to how I was brought up. And you try to put them in a situation that they're better. You should leave your
Absolutely.
kid better than when you were.
Absolutely.
Not worse. Kid, your kids are worse than when you are. You done something horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And you need to go talk to Jesus or somebody about that, because I mean,
You missed too many things, missed too many pieces here.
and you know what
Yeah.
happens then when a kid goes out and makes mistakes. Because everybody makes mistakes. But when they make that critical mistake, I don't know what the hell they did that for. I ain't teach them that. No, bitch. You ain't teach them shit. That's why he made that mistake. That's why she made that mistake.
Yeah, because what you have to teach them something.
Yes.
And you might have just taught them nothing.
Nothing. But you thought you taught them something.
Yeah, I taught them nothing. Your children can tell you exactly what you taught them.
But you do not want to hear that. So many parents do not like it when the kids come back and lay that truth on them. When they say, you weren't there for me at all. What are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. They try to change history. No. These kids live their history. And when kids come and tell you what you didn't do, that was on their heart. They couldn't wait. At some point down the road, I'm going to let you.
That's a young kid, right? Because when you come back and you tell your parents about themselves, which probably all of us do, some of them in a comedic relief type of thing, because they did a good job. But we all, no matter how good of a parent you were, come back and kind of get that dose of what you didn't do right, how you kind of failed me here, and hopefully, 5 or 10 years after that conversation, you'll get that second conversation where be
Yep.
like, but I'm okay with all that, and you still did a good job.
Yes, yes. I said, you know what?
Hopefully, you get that second conversation that comes about 5 years after that one.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm okay with that because technically you needed to do that because I was that type of person.
Because you're that kind of
Yeah.
person, and you have to understand what that kid. And every kid needs something different. Every kid
Yes.
is not. I think I said I'm gonna have one, and put all into one. Some people got two, three, four, five. Hey, more power to you. But you have to work. People don't understand. Every kid is not like, oh, this kid's easy. This kid's a little more difficult. This kid's off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you have to give based on
What they
the
need.
needs.
Absolutely.
But you also got to make sure all kids know that you love them. All
Absolutely.
the same. Even though you treat him different than me. Well, he need a
Yeah.
little bit more than you. But I still love you as I
Yeah.
love him.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I mean, how many parents even tell their kids they love them on a daily basis? Or even once in a while. Like, damn, do I love you? There's people I know. Parents never told them they love them.
I don't know that concept. I don't know. I didn't know that existed. Parents who don't tell their children that they love. I do it every day.
It's a lot of people who don't.
And I didn't realize that parents don't necessarily hug their children every day.
Oh no.
I just think that's. I mean, how do we greet each other daily?
Well, I put it to you like this. My son had a conversation with someone, and I call him son.
Mm-hmm.
I call him son all the time. Somebody said, "Damn, my dad never called me son." He said, "What the hell they call you? My first name?" Damn, that's cool. Your dad called you son. Bacon. I always call him son since he was a baby.
Yeah, that's my son.
That's my son.
Yeah.
And we always hug, we always dapped up. That's just a given.
Yeah.
But there's people that's like, oh wow, I wish I had that. But you can't go back down and say that to him because now it's an uncomfortable conversation you're gonna have. And if he never did it, he's not gonna start doing it now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're like, and that kid who was missing that should say, you know what? When I have a kid, I'm gonna make sure that I say son, or I say daughter, or I give him a hug, or I give him a kiss, because that meant so much
It's
to me.
in term of endearment. Like I kind of loved on you a little bit more. It's the idea that you have a nickname or staying connected with somebody,
Yes.
right? Like I know my son's name. Like I call him Zigman now.
Yeah,
Like, that's my
exactly.
man.
Yes, but you don't just say that just like it was like use this
I
whole
love on him.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you got to
yeah.
show, and that's the other thing. Men have a tendency not to really want to show love. It's based on upbringing.
Okay.
I feed you, I put clothes on your back, roof over your head. Damn, I love you.
That Denzel Washington fences situation.
Bingo.
Yes. Okay. Real
And then
rough.
what happens is the kid's like, well, okay, but I never heard if you're comfortable with me, you like what I'm doing, don't like what I'm doing, any feedback. So now it's almost like you're competing. You're trying to get him to say, I care about you. Like, can you
They
show me a little
don't
bit?
know you. If someone doesn't know you, how do they understand that love from you? Like, yeah, you
Oh.
fed me. Yeah, you clothed me. But I don't know. We don't laugh together, Dad. We don't hang out together. I don't feel like I know you.
Oh.
That's a disconnect. So, yeah, because I remember seeing that movie. To me, that movie was very powerful because that's the first time I think I've seen such a cold but present father. Like a man who was present but just not present at all.
Wow.
And I can only imagine. How do I stay connected with a man who's just cold?
Mm-hmm.
You in the house, but we
In the
stay away
house.
from you. You
Yes.
protect us. We do know that you protect us. We do know that you provide for us, but it does stop there. And so love, I don't know if I know love like to be that cold. Like it's almost like you came through with a check.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you were just a check at that point. Like you might
damn.
love mom, she might know you, she get to get close to you. But for people who have a very disconnected, like that movie was because you hear it. But my dad's nowhere near disconnected. He's very present, very loving, very. He's a fun type of guy. So it's hard to fathom anything other than what you were brought up with.
That
But
is
you
so
saw
true.
it. You saw it in that movie. Denzel do what he do.
Yeah, exactly. He does what he does.
Yes,
And it's sad because it's not like he's just playing a role.
he wasn't.
That's actually what happens every day
Mhm.
in America and actually throughout the world.
Mhm.
But in particular, I care about everybody, but particularly here how we handle dealing with sons and fathers and how we interact with each other. Because that tells you how you interact down the road and how that kid's going to interact with his family down the
Yeah.
road. Because now, if your kid don't come and see you, you be like, wow, he don't come and see me. Well, damn, he take care of his family like you took care, like he was taking care of you.
Yeah.
So it basically become this song, Cat in the Cradle, this old song in the 70s was like, basically, to sum it up, is the father never had time for the son. And eventually the son grew up and he wanted to spend time with his son because now he gotten older and retired. And the son was like, I got to work hard too. So he was like, damn, he grew up just like me.
Mm-hmm.
So his son will not have a relationship with him because that's how he trained him. So now he's doing the same thing to him as he did to him. And now he's going to probably do it to his family and so on.
We created a cycle.
You created a bad cycle.
Yeah.
So now you got to say, well, what do I do to change it so the next generation doesn't do that? So you have to teach your generation, your kids, different. So all they know is what you teach them.
Yes.
But so if somebody else comes to them and says, "Damn, my mom and dad don't do that," you're like, "Oh, okay, but maybe you should do that when your kids."
And what they say, they getting stuff out the mud nowadays, so you might want
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. We really, as a society, we need to go back and find out what the hell. Why are we parenting so ass backwards, or piss poor ass parenting?
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself the question. So when your kid, when something happens, the kid goes and shoot up a school, or the kid uses drugs, or the kid is robbing people, you're not surprised. Like, I can't believe. Well, if you pay a little attention, you probably could see the signs because the kid didn't start shooting people overnight. It didn't just pop in his head. You know what? I'm gonna go home, go to school, and shoot everybody in the school. He had to show signs of that, and if you're not aware of those signs,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be a shocker to you.
Yeah.
But now you look like the real bad parent because now you're the parent who raised this sick ass kid who's gonna kill 19 kids in the school,
Yeah.
and you're a despicable parent, and you're sitting there like, no, I'm not. He said, well, how do you not know your kid was going to do all this?
Yeah,
And you
well-
can't use mental illness because if he was mentally ill, why
we
didn't you
should
get some help?
identify that a long time ago too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because that's the most extreme situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many different situations in between, that extreme situation where it's just like, yeah, take very good care of your children
Yes.
and set them up to be good people.
Good people. That's it.
That's
Simple.
that's it.
Good people. I want them to be as happy as possible. If he's a maintenance man, I want to be the happiest maintenance man in the world. If he's a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, I still want him to be the happiest, best person he can be. Because again, I want you to treat everybody the same. If my kid has so much money, he could just burn money just to light up cigars. I want him to treat the janitor exactly how he treats the CEO. I want you to respect that janitor like you respect the CEO. Just because he's doing a job doesn't dictate he's less than. Because that's upbringing. That's showing you that you got some
That's
sense.
a moral compass right there.
And that's people don't show. And that's the other thing. People want to show, well, I got some money, so you need to treat them a certain way. No, you get sick today or tomorrow, that money is gone. And if you treat people that way, understand, karma is a beat. And where you're getting treated, you're going to get treated the same damn way down the road. So you got to be very careful about that. So raise good people. Just spend the time to raise good, productive human beings. That's it. That's it.
All right. So, I'm gonna give us parents a little bit of a nudge, saying that we tight for time, right? We tight for time. So the time that you do spend, be a little more productive with your parenting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because like we said, it's the difference between what you're saying on those car rides. You dropping off your kids in the morning, turn the music off. Even the bus rides. I mean, even just the we now drive the kids to the bus stop instead of walking them. At that bus stop, you'll see certain parents creating a tone for their children. Some of them, it's a daily scripture. Other people, it's just a daily conversation. Some of us are there reading a book. But whatever it is, you're engaged with your child.
Yes.
First thing in the morning. For some of the dads, they might only see the kid first thing in the morning. Next time they see him, it might be like after dinner hours or something like that. If you got 15 minutes to pour into your kid, make sure it's a meaningful 15 minutes.
Exactly.
It can be over breakfast in the morning, and breakfast can literally be cereal. Sit down. We eat breakfast together. And no, I don't get up and make no waffles, and I don't make eggs for breakfast Monday through Friday. But I do know that I can deliver you a bit of knowledge that you didn't have yesterday. Because I got information that you could never have. So I'm not going to run out. I know every Black History Month, the schools teach the kids about, what we see with traditional Black history. I in the mornings, over breakfast, I teach hip-hop culture.
Okay.
Because y'all all up in it. Y'all don't even know where it came from.
Very true.
No,
Very true.
I can bring you back. Let me bring you back. So spend the time, but we all talking about we don't have that time. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes to have that same conversation over and over and over again with that little girl, that little boy who grows up into that teenage girl, that teenage boy.
Yes.
Teach them something.
You have to.
Even if it's 1 or 2 lessons that you say, you know what? To me, the most important thing is, or when my kid leaves, I want my kid to know that their mother taught them this, or their father taught them this. Choose 1 or 2 and drill that all the way in.
Yes.
So that when it's time to leave, you know at least your child walked away with 2 tools in that toolbox, as opposed to 0.
There you go.
That you know of.
Yes.
They pick up stuff along the way, as long as you're putting something down.
Have to. You
right?
got to.
You got to put something down for them to pick it up.
You really have to. And that's the important thing. And you know what? And I can't add no more to that. You put it all in a nice little bow and wrapped it up.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm going to end today's discussion. Thank you for being here and viewing us. And hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And you have been looking at On the Mic with the M.
And T.
Peace and blessings.